Dear viewers, the topic which we will discuss today is the rise of Trumpism. That Donald Trump, the former American president, is now very active. And he is aspiring to contest 2024 presidential elections in the US. He lost in 2020 November. But he decided not to accept his defeat. And as a result, a crisis was generated in the US. Never ever in the history of America it happened. January 6, 2021, which was called as insurrection. That a mob supported, instigated, motivated by Donald Trump attacked Capitol Hill. And Donald Trump himself, he said that the elections were rigged. What has happened. But in the last almost 2 years, one can see the rise in the popularity of Donald Trump. Now, there are two things which we have to remember as far as Trumpism is concerned. The first is that it is an ideology. And that ideology is primarily backed by the middle class, the lower middle class, the blue collar, white Americans. The second thing is that Trumpism, when Donald Trump was in power, when he was the president, his policies were anti-immigrant to a large extent, racist, and how he tried to target non-whites. Several incidents had taken place during his tenure. Now, Donald Trump, it is said that is in hot waters because the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, conducted a raid in his mansion in Florida to recover documents which he had taken from the White House. And Department of Justice is held responsible for that. There are cases against Donald Trump of tax evasion, of insurrection, of not accepting November 2020 election results. But even then, Donald Trump in 2020 November elections, he secured 74 million votes. Despite his fault lines, he is still popular because he represents a mindset of which is called as Trumpism. That almost 2/3 of American population, which is white origin, including Anglo-Saxons, he wants to protect their interests and to prevent the flow of migrants into the US. But Donald Trump is waiting. He has not announced that he will contest 2024 presidential elections. But he has a large following as far as House is concerned, House of Representatives is concerned, the Republicans, in Senate, Republicans. He is waiting for the midterm elections to be held in November this year, 2022, midterm elections. And if in midterm elections Democrats are defeated, their governors, if they lose majority in the House, marginal, fragile majority in the Senate, then Congress will be controlled by the Republicans. And that Congress, the control of Congress, will basically motivate, encourage Donald Trump to again contest elections, presidential elections in 2024. And there is a possibility, depending on the performance of the incumbent, the American president, Joseph Biden, Democratic Party, if they are unable to deliver, if they are unable to perform, and American people, they, see a reason that they should vote for Donald Trump. That no power on earth can stop Donald Trump from winning 2024 November presidential elections. But it depends on the outcome of midterm polls in the US. Midterm polls, the governors, the Senate members and the House members, there will be elections. And as I said earlier, that it's a test case in American politics. It's a test case for the Democratic Party. And if the performance is better, then American voters will not elect, will not provide a majority to Republican Party in the Congress or the governors. So there is a moment of truth for America today, because around 2 months are left for the midterm elections, and if Donald Trump, his group in the Republican Party gains majority in the Congress, then certainly he will announce to contest presidential elections. The cover story in London Economist, the current issue of London Economist, that there are indications of the popularity of Donald Trump. How to stop him? How can you stop him again? That 4 years in power, we know very well what Donald Trump did and how America was isolated. And if he returns to power, certainly it will be termed as a nightmare. It's a nightmare for America. Now, those Republicans termed as moderates, not adhering to the philosophy of Trumpism, they have been marginalized. Like Liz Cheney, she has lost the Wyoming primary elections. And there are other examples that the anti-Trump element in the Republican Party is being marginalized. So therefore, I would say that it all depends on the performance of Democratic Party, how united they are, and then certainly the verdict of American people in midterm elections. Thank you very much.